Welcome to Permadeath Extraordinaire, where I had a little bit of a problem starting things up this time. Anyway, it looks like everything's started, the music track has cut off, and here we are. So, another episode of Factorio, where we're going to go ahead and concentrate on the factory. I think I'm going to call this episode the Era of War, because now it's time to start fighting the bugs, if I remember correctly. So, let's get right on into it. Load up that game. And remember what the hell we're doing here. Okay, so research is working. It looks like the factory is turned off right now. I do know that I have to do a big reworking of the factory. It's going to need a lot of new stuff added onto it. A motor factory, or a motor facility I should say. I'm going to have to expand the amount of iron coming in, and that is why we've got a problem. Because my nearest source of coal is down here on a heavily infested zone, and this zone over here is where my next source of iron and copper are going to come from, and it is also heavily infested. Oh boy, this is not going to be fun. Actually, it is going to be fun, but it's going to be very, very, very scary, because on a permadeath, well, you know, permadeath. And we've come so far on building this factory and technology-wise. Let me get away from this factory so I can talk a little bit. Okay, so what do we need? We're going to need a motor factory. We're going to need more drones. Let's do that. Go ahead and get started and get right on into it. I've got some basic materials to build with here, it looks like, and I do remember we were working on the flamethrower defense perimeter. We'll get back to that here in just a little bit. And for the moment, the factory. Such as it is. Seems I've got a lot of copper and a lot of gears. And that's fine. We're going to burn through all this stuff in no time. Okay, let's turn the factory on. Let's get it producing stuff, and then we'll figure out what we're going to tweak and what we're going to add as it's running. Technology screen always interrupts me. Okay, let's see. I don't even know what it takes to make those yet. I have to do this first. Ooh, alien artifacts. Uh-oh. That could get costly. You only get alien artifacts from sacking alien nests. So that, like I said, that could be kind of costly. We'll get into that a little bit later. Oof, what does it give us? Ooh, that could be useful. Grenade damage 2. This is affordable. Let's do that. And run, factory, run. I do love this game. I love watching things do stuff. And that's what this game is. Okay, so to make it fair here, we have to turn on the coal feed. And I'm going to have to turn on the refinery. Which looks like the refinery is already getting fed. I think I'm going to sneeze. One moment, please. Okay, it was fake. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go over to the refinery. Make sure everything's kind of working over on that end. Okay, the light oil supply is still pretty high, so we can leave these running. Those are turning light oil into fuel, if you'll remember. And the fuel. Why is it not? Oh wow, the line is jammed. Really? Let's go investigate this. Oh, that is magnificent. As in, like, for really real, that's good. We're getting that much fuel in there. Wow. I didn't think it was going to be that much. I need to change the belts around. so that it uses both sides of the belt. Otherwise, it's going to cause a clog in the system, and we really don't want that right now. I meant to put these underground, but I just haven't done it yet. Let's do this. Quick change. There we go. That'll fill up both belts now, and we should be able to clear this line of some of this solid fuel that seems to be clogging it up a little bit. Alright, we did cut off the petroleum feeds. Let's see if we've managed to accumulate any. Not really. Why isn't this working? Oh, I turned these completely off. Alright. Because we're trying to get our oil supplies back up. Looks like 4, 6, 5. Alright, we're turning it on. Whoops. Wrong recipe. That one's the one you need to do. And that one. And that one. And we'll burn a little bit of petroleum here, or we'll create a little bit of petroleum, at least until the tanks top out. And that will allow us to fire up the sulfur factory and the plastic factory. Which will then in turn fire up the explosives factory. And these should start actually doing something. Good mix of iron and copper in there. That's good. That's good. I was worried about that box getting one or the other. What do these guys need? Oh, chips. Okay, those should start cycling in here real soon. Wait, this needs sulfur and iron, so it can't be completely filled with iron. We'll do 2 rows. And I'm going to split this plate up. Well, no, that's not going to work. I need... I'm not real happy with how this little system here is working. I'm worried about it filling up with all iron when the sulfur goes idle. I'm going to leave it alone for now and just let it do its thing. And it looks like everything on this end is running as well as it's going to. Plastics are going back out. Got some iron coming in. Just checking that up the belt here and seeing what's going on up there. It's getting a good mix of stuff. We should start seeing some circuits real soon, I hope. Let's see how the rest of the factory's doing, shall we? Oh, this belt's a tragic mess because I've got everything turned off. Okay, this will make it even worse. As in, it should clog up the belts even worse. And yes, we've got a wonderful supply of stuff coming through here. And, you know, I really want to put this... I'm going to put the whole factory in operation. Oh, I already made a motor factory. That's the second time I've forgotten about that damn motor factory. Okay, so excellent. I've got some extra pipe that I'm going to drop off in this motor factory and in this one. And do we need more piping? We do need more pipes because we need more pipes. So, alright, factory is full bore turned on. Let's see what's getting what it needs and what's not getting what it needs. The end belt is completely clogged, end belt being the recycle belt down here, is clogged up with a bunch of various crap. These factories are somewhat locked up because of the number of iron plates they've got in. The iron plates are not getting taken back off. So I'm going to arrange that down here. Make sure these are all outputs, which they are. Yep, belt is full of stuff. Alright, I'm going to make a pipe grabber to grab some of this pipe for my own personal use. You will grab... where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It should be in here. There it is. And you also shall grab piping. Alright. Well, everything's turned on. Hopefully it'll start doing something. We seem to not be getting the plastics we need down here. Well, or is it? Red circuits are coming out, but they're coming out depressingly slow. They're not getting the circuits or the copper wiring that they need. So let's see if we can do something about that. Maybe if we manufacture some wiring. That's not how we do this, by the way. That's not how we play the game. Woo-wee! Alright. There we go. Now we'll get some wiring out there, which will start making the computer chips that everybody has been desperately asking for. Or processors, I think they're called. In any event, doesn't matter. So, let's have a look at the show, make sure everything's working here. Looks like everything's working. And yeah, they've changed around the Twitch layout quite a bit since I routinely streamed. And welcome to the show, viewers. Always lovely to have people stop by and check out the action. Speaking of action, there hasn't been a lot of action in this show so far because, well, I've been playing it very safe and just staying in the factory because the bugs are no good. And therefore I've been avoiding them. And apparently they've been avoiding me because we've only been attacked a couple of times. A lot of that I attribute to pollution being soaked up by the forest that we're surrounded by. We need to go do stuff. Jeez, man, there's so many bugs. Any plan I come up with to go for the main assaults ends up with... I'd have to... Ooh. Alright, we're going to call this the Western War, because we're going to have to go to war over this way. And we're going to be at it for a while, because I'm going to try and clear everything. This would kind of... this would be a good goal source, maybe. But that... Ooh, these hives are so big, I'm pretty much scared to death of them. That's really what it comes down to. I'm scared. Now, I thought I had a blue processor box somewhere, but I don't think I do. We're running low on power. I can tell by the way the grabbers are moving slow. I didn't make a box to grab blue chips. I wonder where they're going. I don't think anybody needs them yet. Except for me, for my own purpose. I think they're just getting eternally recycled, so I might want to... I think I'm going to start catching them. Because I don't think there's any system out there right now that needs them other than me for certain processors I've been building. we're going to need them very soon. Okay, so what's this thing's problem? It's not getting purple grabbies. What's the problem with the purple grabby factory? It's not getting computer chips. Because they're getting all eaten up here. This should grab one, and yeah, that'll get eaten up by the blue factory. So we need more chips. Looks like we've got an auxiliary feed going here. Let's watch that in action for a moment. Hmm. Okay, I see what's happening here. I'm going to change this around just a little bit temporarily. I'm going to put this down here for now. This is such a slipshod factory. Wednesdays I'll watch how the professionals do it. I imagine some people have some pretty slick ideas in this game. Okay, and then we're going to feed some chips. Okay, now we know at least that he'll be getting the chips that he needs. And he should be getting the grabbers that he needs. Yeah, blue grabbers are exclusive to this belt. They'll never go anywhere else. Now. Chips. It's all about the chips. We gotta get more of these chips in operation. So let's do that. Let's activate another factory. We'll do it one at a time here so we don't end up with too many. You know what? There's no such thing as too many processors. True in the game and true in real life. You can never have too many processors. Alright. Now, these are not getting the iron plates that they need. Iron is a premium. We're going to have to set up more iron. Looks like without making too much of a change, we could probably add another 2 drills. Yeah, I am pushing my power envelope. We're going to have to deal with that. That'll come next. And then we're going to build some tanks. Some tanks, some armor, and it won't take very long to build that stuff. And we're going to make ourselves a military base. We're going to base it out here. And we're going to start using it to make excursions against these enemy locations. Alright, let's see if there's any obsolete stuff I don't need anymore. That. That's about it. Sweet. Do I have any fish? No. Trying to get a good working collection of fish. Fish regenerate you in combat. Speaking of fish, there's one right there. Ooh, a lot of fish. Grab that fish. Grab that fish. They can regenerate your health in combat. They're actually one of the only ways of regenerating your health in combat. So I've been accumulating them a little bit here and a little bit there. We're up to a not so bad supply of fish. I thought... Are you kidding me? Really? Efficiency. That's prime efficiency there. Okay. So that was clogged up this whole time. We're still seeing a pretty good steady supply of fuel. Absolutely no processors are making their way to this side of the map, which doesn't surprise me. There's some reds getting through. And it looks like we're out of petroleum right now because this production has definitely slacked off. Alright, I'm going to expand the oil field while I'm here. Well, no I'm not, because that is a little bit of a task. I'd have to add a little bit of infrastructure to make that happen, so we're going to skip that for the moment. Here's the beginning of the flamethrower turret defense. We'll be building on that very, very soon. So many things to do and so little time to do it, because I know these bugs are going to start getting pissed off. Alright, at this point, what do I need? I was on the way to do the iron. Let's finish that off. And let's expand the power infrastructure, which may take a little bit of savvy. Boy, did I put this in the wrong place. And it's such a big structure, I don't want to mess with it too much. Scheisse. Alright. Okay, let's get this drill going again, and I'm going to go ahead and add... let's go 2 more. One there, and one will go here. A little bit of power. That one drill always has no power. He's just right outside of the place he needs to be. What the hell am I going to do to fix that? Oh, that's so annoying. You know what? I'm going to let it sit as is for a little while longer, and then I'm going to change it around later. Because there's a couple of drills I noticed that are going to start running out of materials, and when they do, these I can change. Oh boy, that's actually a worrisome thing now that I look at it. Worrisome in the fact that all of a sudden we don't have a whole lot of iron in reserve now. This could be bad, really bad. Oh boy, yeah, we're gonna start pushing the iron here. Not good. This guy is not getting a whole lot of sulfur. He's got plenty of iron, no sulfur. We're starting to see some chips coming through. That's awesome. That means the rest of the factory might actually be working now. Are these guys programmed? No, they're not. They're not programmed to grab this. We need to start getting explosives off the line. And is anybody grabbing the... Oh, no, duh. Okay. We're seeing quite a few red chips, red processors, which is awesome. Wow, it almost looks like the factory's working. I'm gonna go over there and have a look. I'm a little panicked now because of the iron situation. I didn't know we were that low, and we are very low. We're gonna have to start taking some direct, drastic action ASAP. Yay, look at all those processors. Somebody coming out that it can't take them all off the line. Since these guys have a dedicated feed for tubing, should I... actually, you know what? I shouldn't tweak anything yet. Because right now, it looks like it's running. As in, maybe not running the best? Wait, is it? Wait. What are these guys not getting? Iron plates. It's always about those iron plates. Okay, well, I'm not sure what we've produced so far, or how much, or any of that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this thing off, because I'm going to have to start doing some real focused, careful building here. And focused, careful manufacturing as well. I'm going to go turn the petroleum factory off. Actually, I should probably start here. By deactivating this feed. And I'm just going to leave the factory... No, we got to shut off the oil. This is where on-off switches would be useful. I need to make a circuit network. Not really sure how to do that. Never done that before, but we're going to try it soon. I'll probably do some of that off camera so I at least get the general hang of it. We're still putting out fuel, that's for damn sure. Okay, so I gotta turn off the petroleum feeds, which means you get turned off, and you get turned off. And we'll try and accumulate, which it's accumulating pretty damn quick, because we do of course have 3 refineries working on it. The light oil is still actually pretty damn full. I could expand this, make it even bigger, so we put out even more solid fuel. Solid fuel for everyone! We could do that. It's entirely possible. And that might be what we're going to have to do to make up for our soon-to-be coal problem. Okay, now. Oh wait, we've got a whole ocean of iron right here. Oh, thank God. I forgot about this. Oh, precious iron, thank you, thank you. Wow, okay. That takes a huge load off. I'm going to act like I don't have that iron, because we're going to continue a little bit more of an aggressive stance here. Okay, this factory's off. I'm really tempted to make more solid fuel refineries. I don't need that much fuel, but I do need to empty the tanks from time to time quickly. Decisions. We will have so much solid fuel going out. We're already pretty much fueling, I think, the whole factory off of oil. Which is magnificent. Okay. We can build that. We can build all these. I need to make a factory for these. That's a pretty easy one to make. We can put that... Very easy to make, that factory. Let's go do that. So this entire section is basically unprotected and unwalled. We've got one little forlorn turret down there keeping us safe. See, I just got stuck in those woods. That's why I don't want to fight in the woods. And all this is fighting in the woods. But I also don't want to burn down the woods because I like not having really high pollution levels. Yep, this line is tragically clogged now. Iron deficiency. That's what it looks like to me. We're going to go ahead and feed the iron furnaces, because we do have a little bit of extra stuff laying around here. And as a matter of fact, we might as well go ahead and just feed the furnaces because we're here. And we don't need all of these basic resources. We just don't. Ooh, big 3 copper chunks. That's awesome. Okay. The conveyor belt is clogged with copper. We're putting out too much copper now. I have a substantial iron reserve that I think I might throw into circulation just to help clear up the line a little bit. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save a little bit of time and I'm just going to turn on the conveyor for a minute or two. Just iron for a little bit. Try and clear up some of that mess. Purple grabbers seem to be the premium that we're not getting much of. Because this is not getting the plates or yellow grabbers that it needs. Because most of those are being eaten here. The few that are coming out. Now, I thought I had some extras laying around. Let's go grab any extra stuff we have and see if we can manually feed any of these. I'm actually going to use those for myself. I'm also going to carry some of that for myself. So many processors. Okay. I'm just going to manually feed a couple of machines. I really can't do anything to help this one. I thought I had a bunch of yellow grabbers around, but I clearly do not. Guess I should have brought more processors. Okay, so these are... half of them are going up there, okay, and the other half are going down here. Either case, they're getting snarfed up by the green potion factory, so I'm going to turn that off for now. And that should get more of these over to this side where they should start being used, I hope. We'll drop some of that into there. We do have a bunch of processors, so we might as well feed those into the apparatus. Wait, walls! I forgot I need these. Grab as many as we can carry. Because, yes, we need to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more militaristic here, so I'm going to start making sure our defense is 100%, which I'm not too worried about our defense. The bugs haven't been attacking us, but we're going to be building a forward operating base and making some excursions out of that. So we're going to need a tank, or 2 or 4, and it's going to have to be self-perpetuate. Do I even have... Yeah, I do have tanks. Where are they? Same place as cars. Which... Okay. I'm missing it. There it is. 16 engines. Bunch of steel plates. Yeah, we can build that. We can build that, no problem. Okay, what's going on here? He's got steel plates. Oh, because that's backwards? That would explain it. Stupid. Why do I do that? And we can't have this guy grabbing pipes right off the bat. We gotta have one further down the line doing that. Actually, I lied. No, I didn't lie, because the pipes need to stay in here for this, but I also want some for myself, so... These are the inputs. Outputs here. Those engine factories are kind of slow. That didn't really do a lot to speed them up, did it? But I guess every little bit counts. Okay, so we're definitely making way more pipes than we probably need. I really can't make this grabber grab pipes, otherwise it might start snarfing up all the ones that are coming out. And that would be bad because the inputs are here. I guess I could flip the whole assembly. Like this. That way these are the inputs. Oops. Give me that pipe. I just want this one right here on the ground. But my inventory's full. So the pipes would be made, they'd go around, they'd come around here, and here I can grab them. Okay, and this line is completely clogged. I wonder if putting a fast splitter on there would make it any quicker. I don't think so. What a mess. Yeah. This isn't quite working. Needs a lot of tweaking. A lot of tender loving care that I haven't put into it. We'll figure that out. Okay, for the moment I am filled with walls and pipes, ammo, got a couple of turrets. Let's build some more of those. And let's build some more of this. Let's see, what are we building here? A couple of these. Some more of these. Perfect, okay. I'm going to construct the forward operating base. And then we're going to come back and build up some tanks. Manufacture some explosive shells. Actually, you know, let's do all that now, so that way we can just do all the building all at once. We're going to need a superior power infrastructure, because I'm going to be using laser turrets. So I'm going to have to change this mess. I think maybe going up-down might be the way to go, in rows that go north-south. I wonder if water loses temperature when it goes through piping. $99, 100, 100. Wonder why these aren't getting up to full temperature. Oh, because they don't have the full... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about the power structure. And yeah, let's go check the labs, grab whatever motors we've been able to make, create an explosive shells factory for tank shells. Yeah, whatever we're researching, it's not happy right now. Grenade damage? Oh, it does take blues. Alright, not a worry. Ooh, only 8? Ooh, that's depressing. That's a depressing amount of production there. I'm gonna have to drop my walls off again. The red creation is out of control. That factory apparently works really well. Maybe we'll cut that back a little bit. Do my usual half-assed division here. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Alright. A lot of red chips. That's good. I like to see that. I'd actually like to see a lot of these make their way to the refinery. So I'm going to kind of make that happen. What's the easiest way to make that happen? Just probably put them directly on the refinery belt. If I can get myself off the belt. There we go. Let's put half of them out there. Let's see, what was the drop button again? Z. And I do have some of these. Magnificent. Okay, so just gonna kind of cheat the factory a little bit. Maybe get some more blue chips out of the whole thing, blue processors. And this monstrosity is not quite working anymore. Okay, so what do we need? We need tank shells. I do want to start working on a train, but that's not quite yet. Tank shells, explosive, tank, steel, plastic, and explosives. Okay, that's a 3-part. Best place for this factory would actually be almost in line with these. I don't need much more than 2 drone factories. Wonder if I should add it on to this. Because we could actually do a little bit of a backfeed system, meaning I could... These are the inputs, right? I think they are. Let's double check that. No, those are the outputs, because I reversed the whole thing, that's right. Oh boy, let's see. Combat Robotics 2, which opens up what? Distractor capsule. I think I better go for the count 3. Let's do that. So we can't put that there, because it would grab all the materials that these need. Oh, but we do have extra steel coming off of this line. Aha! Alright, here we can do it. We could have this grab the steel that we need. L steel. We could slap down our factories. You are going to make explosive cannon shells. So now we also need to grab plastic and explosives. Which those can come off of this line. We'll make some grabbers here to grab it, consolidate it. Okay, here we're going to grab plastic and explodies. Same with this one. Plastic and explodey. Okay. Alright, so the only thing that we're not seeing a whole lot of is the explosives, but we are seeing a little bit of it churning out here. Let's see if these belts actually bring it up where it needs to be. Oh, it failed because it was going after plastic. Maybe this one doesn't need to go after plastic. Maybe this one doesn't either. There we go. So, gets the explosives. How much does it take for each one of these again? Oh, Ooh, kind of expensive. All right. I'm going to jumpstart the steel and the plastic just to get rid of these odd piles I had. Okay, now we're getting too much plastic on the line. So we're going to take that stuff back off. This factory is so crazy. Take the plastic back off the line. Okay, and then these are the inputs and the outputs, so extra plastic will get dumped out. Sweet, that works. At this juncture, I don't see us getting like overloaded with explosives, so I don't think I'll have a vent for those yet. Okay, he is also going to grab the end product. And I'm going to have these guys grab the end product as well. Okay, what does it take to make mines? Steel and explosives. So we could just put the mine factory on this same line here. Turn this one into a mine factory. Okay, so it's basically all about getting enough explosives in here to make it happen. What else does he need? That's it, just steel plates. Okay. And this guy has no power, otherwise he'd be providing some of that. That's not the power we need. There we go. Ta-da! That is a disgusting looking power structure. Fix it some other day. Okay. Let's go see how many motors we've gotten so far. And pipes. Lots of pipe. Good. We'll need that. And definitely enough motors for what we're doing here. Which is building some tanks. Tanks should have to be made in a factory. I don't think you should be able to hand assemble it. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to build 2 of them. We of course don't have the ammo to power these yet, but we'll at least have the tanks. Oh hey, you can't carry a stack of tanks? Huh. It's kind of funny when you say it out loud. Yeah, I got a stack of tanks in my pocket. Okay, I do want these for me. I'm probably going to need them later for something. I just can't remember what. Ooh, wow, a whole big 1 shell there. And 2 there. Ooh, 3 tank shells. Nice. Really cranking them out now. It's basically down to the explosives. I've got to get the explosives going. Alright, these belts are basically clogged with crap that I'm going to have to probably physically take off. I'm going to let it run a little while longer while I plot my next move. And while I plot my next move, I'm going to take an intermission, so 3 to 5 minutes. And when I get back, I'm going to have a little bit of a plan here, and then we'll actually quit wandering around like crazy people. I'm going to stick next to a turret. Actually, I'm going to go down where the factory's running. Makes for a little bit better background while I'm away. So yeah, quick 3 to 5 minute intermission, get a drink, stretch the legs, and then we will be right back. Like right here is good. Alright, most excellent. So this is Permadeath. Be sure and stay tuned, I'll be right back. This is Permadeath, and I'm back. Let's see, and I've run over my headphone cord with my chair. Sweet, alright. Okay, let's see now. Where were we? Oh, we have so much to do. I have plans, big plans, starting with the base. Let's go do that. Wait, I lied. Let's build power armor for ourselves. Finally, well, modular armor. It's a start. Let's build one suit of it, because I can't remember exactly how many slots it has, and then we're going to fill it up with this kind of stuff. What do I need for that? Steel and processors. I have the processors. I'm shy on the steel. Okay. Steel, really? Okay, we got some of that. We got some of that laying around. There we go. I'm going to drop off this half stack. Grab that. We do need these walls, so I'm going to grab as many of those as I can carry. I could use a little bit more iron to work with. Speaking of iron, I'm really thinking about expanding and taking advantage of that second iron bed. I'm going to get rid of that, grab that. And I'm really thinking about doing that. We're going to have to up production on all levels. Okay, armor should be ready now. I'm even wearing it because I had no armor before this. I could carry quite a bit. One. We could put a couple of batteries, some shield gens. Excuse me. Let's see. I've been slamming an energy drink, so. Let's see. Let's go with 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these for the moment. It'll take a while to manufacture that, so let's go about our business while it's happening. this thing is kinda... I really put this in the wrong place. I should scoot it down south a little ways, but I would rebuild the whole thing. Actually, I shouldn't bitch. It'd only take like 3 minutes to tear it down and put it all back together. Let's not worry about that just yet. Let's push on. Is this not getting the circuits it needs, or what? I don't understand why this isn't working. Why? I guess because it's not getting the greens it needs? Yeah, okay. Needs 20. 20? Holy crap. I'm so underproducing right now. I'll have to ponder that while I build. Let's see, is this where the wall is? Yes. Derp. Told you I needed a lot of pipe. I probably should have brought whatever I had in the reserves. With me. Okay, that'll be going underground. Pick up here. Do I have any curves? I probably don't. Crap. Making them on the fly sucks because it's going to eat up all of our round in order to make them. 10 per. 1, 2. Which, I mean, I guess it's a fair trade because you basically get the same amount of pipe out that you put into it. You're just converting it. So I shouldn't complain that much. Just I want my straight pipes, know what I mean? Ah, we've manufactured all of our armor parts. Let's work with that. So you right click on your armor, it opens up the interface, by the way, for those of you new to the game. And we'll put in a couple of shield gens, some batteries to power said shield gens. Oh, these are small? Okay. I thought they were bigger than that. Well crap, we could do something like this. Actually, you know what? We could do 2 more shield gens. 2 and 3. 2. And, well, we'll have to make the 3rd later. Okay, so now our flamethrower turrets would actually work if I did this. That was really dumb. You'd want to try never to backfeed or mix oils, because then sometimes you have to pull up the pipes to get them to not mix. And yeah, it's best just to keep the oils separate as much as possible. But now we have flamethrower turrets active, and those will help conserve ammo in these turrets. Now I'm feeling a lot more confident. Okay, speaking of turrets, we do need one right here. And of course, you know, you can't have intimidating front gates if they don't have turrets next to them. Is it one up from the gate? It's there, isn't it? Trying to make it. You know. I'm trying to make it. Symmetrical. I doubt these guys need 50 right now. We'll feed them more later if they need it. You know, great. Okay. Those woods are going to get burned down. But, yeah, the flamethrower turret should make life a little easier. Oh, you know what? This hive's going to be easy to knock out because it doesn't have artillery worms. Well, it has one, so we'll make that our prime target. But we could take this one out kind of quick. Like I said, it's time to go aggressive. It's also time to expand the oil field. Can I make what I need to expand the oil field? Probably not, because I think it takes steel. Oh, I can. 1, 2, and 3. We'll have to wait till these solar panels are done. I should have brought processors with me. Dumb. These panels take a little while. And I'm making 5 of them to go into my personal armor? Okay, well, let's not work on that yet either. This hive down here is actually going to be more of a pain than it looks. I kind of want to... I want another gate in here. Because this is a pretty long run now. This hive is going to be the first one I need to eliminate. Can't have that. I need a place I can run, basically. With a nice wide dirt-proof entrance that I can run away into and recover health. And we're going to take that hive. We're going to take that hive out. I'm just wondering where all my... How many do I have left? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then these turrets should provide cover. It should be pretty good. You know, a flame turret along that stretch wouldn't be such a bad idea. Oh, I forgot. Woods. I want to try not to start uncontrollable forest fires. So, yes. We're not going to burn down... If these woods get burned down by this turret, that's okay. It shouldn't make the transition over to these woods. If it does, I'm doomed. Because there's no rain on this, like in RimWorld, where the fires will be put out by the rain if you wait long enough. There's a lot of bugs there. Why are there so many bugs there? Holy crap, that's an offensive. They're getting ready to do something stupid. I better just stay right here. Yeah, that's a swarm. They're gonna try and come at me. There's so many bugs. So many bugs. That's a pretty big swarm. Yes, sirree, it is. I want to expand my radar. There they come. Ha 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 ha. Flamethrower turrets, bitches. Okay, so that was actually a little more impressive and effective than I thought it was going to be. All right, but we can start expecting more swarms like that to come at us as the pollution level increases. Okay, so we're going to put in 2 more of these, and those 2. And this should actually be a pretty effective suit of armor. Let's go test it. We're going to test it by doing a counterattack against these guys. Ooh, the bugs are tougher. That's okay. Ow. I think my shields just went down. So now we hide. Did my shields go down, or are they up? I don't know. Really need to get my grenades out. Okay, 1 hive down. Okay, good. That's where my base is going. So let's go build that. We're going to make sure that they don't reinfest this area by building a forward operating base right here in their face. Guess I should build 1 more for symmetry reasons. Need to remember I need 1 more solar panel. Why don't I just do this manually? Instead of relying on arbitrary stupid math. Stupid person math. Alright. Oops. Okay. Put that there for now, just so they don't come swarming in on me while I'm not expecting it. Ammo. Granados. And we're going to leave the 2 tanks here for now. This will give me strike capability to the south and to the west. Now, to make all this actually happen, we're going to have to... Oh, and actually I had another plan, by the way, and I'm going to implement that. That might not be the way to do it. Let's go over here. Gotta find a good place to tap into the power supply. Here we go. It's a little out of the way, but it'll work. No. Close enough. And 2, 3. 3 for now. We shouldn't see too many attacks from the east, so we should be good. Should be. Big word. Yes. Okay, so that's the base. We'll be using that for a lot of stuff. It'll expand a little bit, and it's gonna carry us through some fights here. There is so much fuel coming out that the system can't handle it, so I'm going to start a National Reserve system where we will gather up a lot of this extra stuff. This is a great place to do it. There's a grabber. Let's see what's going to be coming through here. Coal and hard fuel, so for now let's just do this. Bam. And let's make 2, because we can afford it. And this will serve us if we end up in some kind of resource crunch. And it'll help clear up these lines here. As a matter of fact, we seem to have such a good fuel thing going. That I'm going to make a lot of chests full of it. I do need to go back to the main base and get steel. I just wanted to check, let's see, let's go down here. I want to have a look at the explosives factory and see what that takes to make. Coal, water, sulfur. This needs a chest. And so I was sitting here silently debating. I don't have the resources to make the proper kind of chest. Oh yeah, I do. Ooh, lucked out. Well, that's not good. Just needs coal? Can't remember all the ingredients. Space case. Coal, 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 coal. And sulfur. Which have some of that. And sulfur. Yeah, reestablish these water connection, and we're good. And get the solid fuel out of there, because they don't need that. I've ended up quite a bit of this stuff myself. There's so much of it coming out, and I'm going to expand this facility, I really want to. Because we need to burn through more of it. This is going to fill up real soon. We're getting a good supply of petroleum together. Light and heavy oils are doing their light and heavy oil thing. These are already full. No, they're not. Oh, the power plant. I've been willfully ignoring this. I could be lazy. No, I don't think I can be lazy. Yeah, I can. I think I can. I think I can. Well, no, that's going to cut off my footpath, which is basically why I'm regretting having this thing here, because my footpath gets cut off. And the longest row has the least amount of boilers. Yeah, this is a badly conceived power plant. I so put it in the wrong place. Ay, caramba. Do I want to fix it now? I do want to expand the radar capability. Need to feed the science labs, and we need to sweep the belt. So let's sweep up the belt. Actually, how much inventory room I got? Oh, we need to put up our big walls. I'm debating if I'm going to bring the flamethrower turrets over to this side, which I don't think so. That's a lot of piping for burning down the forest, basically, because that's really all it would be useful for. I don't think I need all these walls. I'm just going to have to drop them off for now until I come up with a better plan. Unwanted fuel, don't need that crap right now. And I shouldn't call it crap since it's so useful. Oh yeah, the oil wells. Forgot I was going to put those in. I get so distracted so easily. Because I think of one thing needs to be done, I'm like, let's do that. And then I think of another thing as I'm on the way to do the thing that I was originally going to do. Yeah. And this bottom belt gets so packed with stuff. Alright, let's sweep the belt. I don't like having to do this. I shouldn't have to do this, but I never leave the factory running long enough to see if it actually achieves equilibrium or not. Well, we can see what we're overproducing or not producing enough of. Wow. I see a lot of batteries and plastic. Go grab the last bit of this stuff. I mean, there's still going to be stuff out there floating, but not a major concern. We'll deal with that later. We'll just let it keep circulating. A lot of batteries. Happy to see that's good producing. Okay. Belts are cleared. Mostly-ish. Let's make one more quick run here while we're headed up to the chests. Gold. Okay, let's see now. I've produced absolutely crap for scientific output. Not surprising, I've had the factory shut down for a little bit. We're still at the same amount of tank shells. I do a bunch of pipes, that's cool. We got a lot of engines, that's cool. We're going to drop those engines off. Don't need them right now. What we do need is explosive shells for the tanks. And I think these personal factories of mine are going to have to go. Grabbing individual things on the ground is kind of a pain. Okay. What do we got here? Granados, which I need some for me. And we'll top off our robots. Tank shells. We're going to have to expand the factory again. It's about that time. Uh-oh. We're going to start hitting the woods now. And the lake, it looks like we're going to come dangerously close to the lake. Might not be building on the north there for a while. It's all going to be on the south. What would I be building with the new wing of the factory? Oh, you know what? Some landmines would be nice to see. Do I have this gathering them? No. There we go. Now we got everything military going into the military box. Okay, I'm gonna shut down this and this. I'm thinking about turning on the factory, so I'm thinking about the things I need and don't need. I do need to get rid of some of these. Like that needs to go. Carrying these because I need them occasionally for building. Wood for the same reason. All I got was 4 from that nest, really? Oh, batteries. I don't think we need that many batteries. Wow. It's a lot of batteries. I do need to build a solar panel for my armor. Double verify that because they are kind of expensive and hard to build. Yes. Alright, now we consider going after some more targets. I want to secure this coal, but I don't like those woods in the way. I don't like any of these woods. So I think we're just going to fortify the space a little bit more and start using it for forays against these two nests. Eliminate these two nests and push out a little bit further with another base. Maybe here for the next base. So in that way we can swing against these guys and south against these guys and begin just basically going south because I want to secure these oil fields. So if we do a long-term sweeping offensive down this way, we should catch the oil fields, the iron, and we'll have to go for the coal later. For now we're going to have to rely on oil fuel. Which is okay. We can do that. Okay, all the other factories are basically up and running. Gonna have to get the refinery going. It's still churning out batteries. Still putting out batteries. That's good. That's a good thing. It's probably burning through the sulfuric acid that we've got, but we'll deal with that. Okay, so refinery gets turned on. On. Factory's on. Let's watch the factory for a little bit. I want to see where it's clogging up, where it's working, where it's clean, where it's not. I just now noticed, because of the kind of impromptu changeover to solid fuel, we do not have coal coming onto the line anymore. And that's a bit of an issue, so I'm going to have to 300, 400, 500 coal I'm going to reintroduce onto the line somewhere. This feeds that. Somewhere right around here, if I can squeeze it in, which I think I can. Here. This is slipshod organization here, but it'll work. Perfect. Okay. So that'll get the coal into circulation. Everything's running really slow because I'm not getting the power that I need at all. Okay. And that's gonna just really mess everything up, which is bad because everything's already messed up on this factory. I have to consider the new power line or new power plant, and I have to implement it as quickly as possible. Uh-oh. The National Reserves have eaten up all of the solid fuel. That's why we're not getting power. Okay, well, we gotta wait for these to refuel. Actually, we'll jump start them. See, this is what happens when you're dumb, and you do dumb things. But it makes for an entertaining show. Okay. That should hopefully feed him. Ah, it looks like maybe we're not producing as much solid fuel as we'd like to. Now that everything's up and running, it's kind of eating through it pretty quick. I am a really, really silly person. Oh well, at least I noticed the stuff on my way through. I'm supposed to put those underground, but I'm not really worried about it yet. Yeah, we should see a boost in power level. Ooh, we should see a boost in power levels real soon. Ooh, we're not getting any of the energy we need. Not good. You know what? These probably need chests as well. But I'm going to hope not and just leave them be. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, I have 3 oil wells that I'd like to drop off and pipe into the main system, so we'll take a little walk down there. Sprawling factory. Love it. Almost need a car to get back and forth. Alright, so we got an oil well here that we can't tap into because the pipe's in our way. Okay, let's kill off this and this and this for now. We'll turn this south. Will we turn it south? Yes, we will. And then we'll turn some piping here to there. That way they're all feeding in. And we'll grab our power plant, or power poles. Reestablish power there. Get some purples into that guy. Another well here. This one's pretty straightforward. Ta-da! Needs a little bit of power. Ta-da! Oh, and purples. Now, this oil park. What well should I give them? How about this one? Because it's way the hell out here. Or this one. This one's closer to those two. Yeah, I'm just going to give them this one. Arbitrarily. Okay, that'll work. Perfect. Alright, let's go check the light oil reserves. Go check all the reserves. See, I definitely need to implement a gate in there somewhere. Okay, some coal's getting through. I think we've got... Do we have... We're still doing really crappy on the petroleum gas. It's just not filling up as quickly as I would like to see it filling up. We're going to have to switch over to heavy oil, though, for our solid fuel source. So we're going to do that now. Let those finish what they're doing. Like so. And then we just change these recipes over. Light oiled petroleum. That could be useful. And heavy to light. Oh, wait a minute. Right now we need way more petroleum than we do other products, and we've been burning. So we could go heavy to light. How would I pipe this in? I could make this a dedicated facility. Let me think about that. For now, let's just turn heavy oil into gas, or into solid fuel. Different grades of oil should give you a different quality of fuel. They shouldn't all be the same. Okay, what is this thing doing? Nothing, because it's not getting anything. Nor is this one, because of the petroleum. Okay, so I can crack the light back into petroleum. We need to set this facility up out here. That's why I set that. All it takes is water and the oil. Getting the water down here isn't a big issue. We can just tap right off this line if we really want to and run it all out here with the various pipes. Well, we still need tap lines. Is it feasible? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're going to need 3 chemical plants, if I have the materials to build them. Do I still have pipe? I have a little bit. Let's just build a lot more of that. Actually, let's build some more undergrounds because we're going to need them, and then more straight pipe. I think here would be best. There we go. A little bit of power. Power. Where's the nearest power? Here it is. There we go, so as not to interfere too much with the piping. I could have ran those better, but we won't worry about it. Yeah, we will. There we go. Good enough. These are definitely going to interfere with the piping, but we'll get around to that later. Okay, so these would be dedicated facilities that would be basically making petroleum gas or light oil. Inputs, outputs. You know what? I'm going to get rid of these for now. And I think I might rotate these. Like that. Then we'll do... Inputs would be either light or heavy oil. So we'll run a heavy tap here. To here. And light oil would be also required. So we would run a tap here to there. And we need some incoming water, which will be here. Okay, this is where it's going to get silly. Wait a minute, bugs. I think the turret's got them. Oh yeah. Hopefully we didn't set any horrible forest fires. Probably did, but we'll have to deal with that later. So if we were to do heavy to light, because we kind of need that right now. Okay, the water's all going to want to come in on the right. Okay, so what we do is we'll run our water tap in first. I'm going to underground a lot of this, but I'm just running it, you know, preliminary. Okay, something like that. Then I'm going to continue these taps down here and run them actually up from the bottom. Seems clumsy, but it is. It seems clumsy because, well, it is. Working eternally towards my Willy Wonka chocolate factory. There's not enough room to run those pipes because of the wall. So we're gonna have to put these one more up. Yes. That should give us room. We'll just be erasing this pipe and bringing it up one. Now it's going to want to tap into these pipes when I make the crossing, so I'm not going to make the crossing right now. But I will put these where they're going to be, like this. These are going to cross down, so we'll go ahead and fill those now. We're just going to do a straight tap. Like so. Run this one down here, this one up here, but it's going to be difficult to do that. We need to bring this tap back one. To here. Nope, that's not working. Okay, so let's just run straight pipe. It could solve a lot of my problems by just see, it's going to have to come up there. Ah, I've got it. I got this figured out. Mostly. Gonna move the water pipe up one more. That was dumb. Not moving the pipe, but the way I just piped it. That was not entirely smart. Because I actually need to go underground for most of this run. Now, if that's not insane, it'll work. Okay. This is basically going to be on the same structure, just to avoid any kind of horrible cross-piping happening. There we go. Now we're going to be doing heavy to light. So we would just connect these in. How I'm going to get the light oils to feed in, I'm not entirely certain yet. Probably not the... well, yeah, actually it'll work. I just gotta... cut that off there or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Not a very clean piping system there. That was actually pretty clumsy, but we'll be okay. We're going heavy to light. Actually, it's a terrible piping structure. I'll probably repipe that soon. And if they're all turning out light oil, then they're all backwards. I got them backwards. It's not one thing, it's another, I swear. Oops. Okay, and that one doesn't need any alteration. Awesome. Jeez. Okay. Heavy to light. Here we go again. Again, this will probably be underground when the time comes. These are converting heavy into solid fuel, very slowly because of lack of power. And this is okay-ish. I'm going to put it underground so I can walk through here in the future. I don't have any pipe. Okay, we got a lot of light oil to fill up there. And then we're going to switch these over to do light oil to petroleum. That'll be very soon. And for now, because the factory has been running, I'm going to turn on these. Alright, start getting some sulfur. This is probably full of coal. This has no output. And it's backwards. Because I never finished it, because I got distracted, which is what happens to me in this damn game all the time. Alright, it is slow to produce, so we're gonna up it. My solar panel's done for my armor. I guess I could put that in place. Okay, that's working now. Now it's all about power. I have no power. There's no electricity. Everything's running so slow. I think because there's no fuel. I'm gonna guess it's a fuel issue. I knew it! Come on, generators. Let's get going here. We had like too much fuel there for a while, and now never enough. There. Okay, where's the gas going? It's coming out too slow. We need more of it. Faster. Faster fuel production, since now we're dependent on it. We're not really. We could always turn on the coal again. We do have plenty of coal. Kind of interested in saving the coal and sitting on it for a little while. I'm going to grab some for manufacturing purposes, because we do need to put some out there for some of the industries. Okay, this belt is backed up right now. So I'm going to churn everything into the furnaces. This is a power plant. Even at full power, it's still going to be, it's still stressed power-wise. Got some blue chips coming out. Looks like everything's kind of working. Let's go see how clogged up some of these belts are. Wait a minute. Is this thing even turned on? It is. And it's not clogged? Wait a minute. What wizardry is this? Is it working? Is the factory actually working? No, can't be. There's got to be some kind of error here. It's working. Not a great efficiency, though. Still only 2 tank shells. Okay, we need to put more coal into circulation. I know that's got to happen. Let's go see how much we have up here. That'll work. Where was that little coal box? There he is. Yeah, see, these fuel lines are clogged and the furnace wasn't getting anything, so we'll let the furnaces feed for a while on the fuel. I should expand the fuel facility, make it just a little bit bigger. Might be a pretty good idea. Okay, coal's getting into circulation. I don't think I need this many grenades. I'm going to shut those down for a while. Yeah, these eat a lot of coal, by the way. I think I'm going to keep the ammo, just keep on cranking out that ammo. Yeah, see, we got to up the amount of copper, iron, etc. coming into the factory itself. Because we're starting to meet some higher demand end products. Speaking of, I need to get rid of this. So much plastic. Maybe I should turn the plastic factory off and quit wasting petroleum on it. Not such a bad idea. I'm going to put more coal into circulation. Coal chutes over here. See, originally it got fed into this belt. I wish I could do that still, but it's just not going to work that way. Alright, that's a lot of coal going in. Good, we'll just leave it running. We're going to leave it running. Because it's running. It's actually functioning, which is an amazing thing. I'd like to see more coming out of it. But that's a case of A, getting enough power to power everything, and B, more incoming resources. And that's what we're working towards, which is why we're going to end up going and picking a fight here in a minute. Speaking of, well, I need all of these. Basically, I need this factory building. What is it not getting? 4 explosives it needs. Okay, well, where are those? Are they even coming out? Do I need another explosives factory? You know what? I'm going to take some coal with me over to the plant, over to the refinery, and we're going to jumpstart the explosives factory. Because I am not seeing any coming down the line. Just endless plastic, which I'm going to turn that damn thing off. Yeah, I'm not seeing any explosives coming down the line. Just a lot of plastic. Okay, so we're going to turn the plastic factory off, turn you off, you're done, you're done, you're done. And sulfur's going in. Coal is not. There we go. We're not getting any iron or copper on this end, it looks like. Well, actually, he's got plenty. He's got plenty. The thing he needs is sulfur. I'll take those, actually, for myself. This is eating up too much sulfur. So we're going to have to make a compromise. Called a splitter. There we go. That way at least half of it gets up there. Aha! Very good, very good. Alright. Explosives factory. And I want to expand this. I'm going to expand this now. I'm here. Let's do it. Do we have any chemical plants? No. Can we build any? Yes. 1, 2, 3 of them. While we're waiting for those, we'll queue up some pipes. Actually, we'll cancel those pipes. Queue up a couple of these. Then queue up the pipes. We've got plenty of grabbers. We're good. One. Two. Three. These are going to be doing the same thing. Yeah, the best part of this conversion is it doesn't really take very much. And right now, we don't even need to run underground taps yet because we're not using these other two tap lines at all. So let's just cut those off. And get right back into making the straight pipes. Make a bunch of those. Take out that. Just to be lazy, we're going to run this straight in, and straight in. A little bit of power, and we should be doubling our fuel output. That didn't help. Need to connect here. There we go. And some outputs. That's not how it works. Well, it is. We can put them anywhere we want, really. Okay. Oh, and yeah, just to make things consistent, and because we have the modules, we're going to have to build some more soon, but we've got them now. Excellent. Now we're seeing a good load of stuff going out. That stuff will go back into circulation. And the factory's starting to clog up with gears. Yeah, looks like maybe we could tone back the gears a little bit. Looks like only one gear factory is working anyway. So I'm going to try an experiment here. Turn this off. And I'm going to slow this one down by getting extra gears out of it every once in a while. I think that slows it down. You can't really tell. Fast factory. Hopefully we'll start seeing some why no steel? Why are we not getting any steel in this belt? There's not a lot of it being made. Yeah, and it's getting eaten up by these factories. Okay. We're gonna have to up the steel production. Which means getting more iron into the steel producing plants. Which looks like putting more iron out basically is the only solution. Yeah, we might be suffering a little bit of an iron deficit here. We're going to find out by going down here. Last place that needs iron is here. And we're going to see if it's getting any. Not really. Wow, yeah, iron production is hurting. Okay. Let's go see what's going on up here. See if there's any way we can make it bigger, better. I'm gonna have to deal with this thing. I know what I'm gonna do. I have kind of a quick fix that'll hold it over for a while longer, and then we can always rebuild it at a later date. Aha! That's the problem. Okay, it's time to rebuild this iron part completely. Yep, this was a little starting zone and starting base. This is where it all began. And this is a really wonky. We've gone through a lot of iron. That's why this belt's so weird. Because it's just kind of been added on to as we went. Okay, let's run a rational power supply to begin with. Actually, we're going to do it on the south side. Yeah, unfortunately I gotta run a couple extra power lines for a rock facility. A rock mine up here off screen, which I don't need to go to right now, so I'm not gonna bother going to it. You could probably use some fuel. Yeah, see, I was right. It could use some fuel. So you know what? We will go up there real quick. And we'll give it some of this wonderful fuel that we're producing now. Which, that'll probably empty out the heavy oil in no time. There you go. Actually, it's not even close to being out of fuel. You know what? We can never have too many walls, right? Maybe that's too many walls. There we go. Oh, looks like the bugs have been busy up here. What's going on up here? You are just about out of ammo. I have no ammo. Why didn't I? What? I dropped that off somewhere, I guess, or used it, and I don't remember where. Such a space cadet. Okay, so yeah, bugs have been busy up here a little bit. Wonder if we can teach them a lesson. We have the firepower. Let's do it. We're gonna wait till morning, and then we're gonna go up north to teach these bugs a lesson. Meaning, I'm gonna take out that north hive, so we don't have to worry so much about it. Taking out that north hive will accomplish nothing, but we'll get some artifacts out of it, maybe. Do we want to do that? I'm not sure how big that hive is. Let's not do that. Let's hold off for a minute. What we really need is tank shells, and lots of them. So we need to get iron going again. Oh, one more drill. One more just to even out the stack. Do those? No. Here. Why did I do that? Silly, silly person. Yeah, we'll scoop up that last 500 right there. Invisible resources, they are here and there. Worth looking for. You can squeak out a few extra 100 here and there. Good enough. At least we got iron back in production now. Okay, so... Excellent. That will work. That'll keep us in business for a little bit. I really do kind of want to get coal back on the line. By converting over to solid fuel, I kind of screwed up the whole coal feed system. And this is just clogged. But we do have explosives coming out, which is awesome. And we have red chips coming in, which is awesome. Everything seems to be working pretty good. Let's go check our fuel reserves. Yeah, see the heavy oil. I've been feeding into it pretty heavy. So I'm going to change these to off. I'm going to let them process what they've got. And we're going to consider them shut down for now. And I'm going to take these feeder lines off for now because I might be putting them underground next time. Okay, so now we're converting heavy to light. And we're actually, I think we're gaining more than we're using, actually. Let's find out here by watching for just a minute. Okay, no. We are actually using a little bit. I could increase these guys' production. That way they'll work faster. And we're getting a lot of light oil, which is good, because we're going to convert that right back into petroleum gas. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna shut this line off. Run a power line up there so I can see it. There we go. And I'm gonna let these guys finish processing all of this because I'm gonna convert it over. So these lines should drain over time. It's getting backflow right now. See, emptying out. They're empty. Okay, so now I need to do the conversion. You know, I could do this so much more clever. I can make this a straight pipe for now, so we know what's coming in. We can eliminate this for the moment. Yeah, this is just always going to be a clumsy piece of shit. I can deal with that. I've piped myself in. We'll figure that out later. Okay, now these guys are going to turn light oil back into petroleum. So the output line is going to change. I gotta get rid of all this light oil here. Wish there was a way I could pump the lines out. I wonder if there's a way that one can kind of make it, or fake it, so to speak. Probably worth looking into. Okay, so these guys are going to make petroleum oil now. I want this feed to be right here. No. There we go. Now, that should help fill these up a little bit faster. And these guys are done converting the fuel that they had, so I could actually put them back on light fuel. Or light oil. I'm just trying to get the petroleum back up. Thinking about bringing these back online. But not with heavy, but with light oil. I think I'm going to do it. More straight pipes is what we need. Get rid of those. We got serious problems up in the north. Let's go investigate this. I think they're at the rock factory attacking it. Yep. Ooh, that was a pretty determined attack. I'd have to up the defensive capability of this area. I swear I hear a bug eating something. How much ammo does this guy have left? Maybe I should check that. I'm going to give him a little more, because that seemed like a pretty beastly attack. Guess maybe I should have gone up north and beat up those bugs like I said I was going to. Okay, let's get back to work down here. Oops, take those taps out, otherwise they might cause problems. Light to fuel. Light to fuel. Light to fuel. Light to fuel. Same. Same. Alright. That should quickly drain these tanks. I think everything's running okay, so I'm just gonna leave it running because it's running okay. So let's just let it run. How much sulfur is this thing not getting? It definitely has a little bit of a sulfur shortage here. And it looks like we're out of coal on the line. That could be a problem. I'm gonna have to keep physically feeding this thing coal for now. So since we're gonna have to do that, let's make a system. To grab us a lot of coal for this purpose. Alright, and for right this moment, I'm going to grab all the coal off the line here. I didn't mean to grab that solid fuel. Damn it. To remedy the solid fuel problem, we'll just drop the few chunks that I picked up right there. Go up here and feed him some coal. much sulfur has this guy got? Not a lot. So I'm going to steal some from here. Don't ask. I'm just trying to delay the queue a little bit so it'll start picking up what it needs. The reason I have two grabbers is to make sure it gets, because sometimes I notice grabbers will get locked up with something and then not grab what they're supposed to be grabbing. Alright, looks like everything's running pretty good. It's kind of a slow night. I think I might call this a good transmission and be done with it for the night. Call this an episode. Tempted to go pick a fight though before we do that. Where could we make the most difference? Our forward base hasn't fallen under attack yet. Taking this north hive might, let's see if that's feasible. If not, we'll just make it for next episode. How big and close is that hive? Wait for daytime here real quick, and then yeah, we'll go check it out. If it's got too many artillery bugs, I'm just going to make it for next episode. But if it's small and somewhat controllable, well, we'll try it out. Gate and no gates. That could be bad. We'll just leave that open for now, because I might be running back to it real fast here in a minute. We're going to take these guys out. Let's do it. They do have some artillery bugs. Woohoo! Having fun now. Yeah, this will definitely end the episode on a bang, I hope. For a second there I thought I died when the autosave happened. We gotta go after that. Yes. Beautiful. A lot of artifacts out of that. And we can keep this, we can keep him from coming back by making a little bit of a forward base here. Do I have the capability of building a turret? Is the question. I don't think I do. I don't. I can build a laser turret, but we can't really deal with that right now. There's a little bug offensive right here that I'm going to show him a lesson. Jerks. What's all this then? Ooh, that's a strong hive. Let's not mess with that. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that'll keep our north a little quieter for next episode, so we won't have to worry about it. And I wanted to send this episode off on a bang. So yes, the war is starting. The bugs are starting to get a little angry with the pollution levels, which I expected. And we better turn this back on before our furnaces start not working anymore. And I forget that I have it turned off. We now have the fuel going out to afford it. So we'll have a quick look at the factory down here, and then, like I said, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the night. And I might be streaming a little bit later, but I very much doubt it. Probably be tomorrow. Alright, lots of explosives coming in here. Not so much steel. We're going to have to put the explosives back on the line, it looks like. So we'll have him grab them. Where are they? Under intermediary, aren't they? Yeah. There we go. That'll clear the line up a little bit. But yes, now we're seeing landmines. We're seeing some tank shells hopefully coming out. Nobody is grabbing the landmines. We should probably remedy that. There we go. Most excellent. Looks like this assembly line's working fine. I think it's finally ooh, I lied. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to fix that next episode, but that's where it is right now. So, I'm gonna say, as always, at the end of every episode, this is Permadeath Extraordinaire. Loving y'all.